Hey guys, Mr. Bowman here. Today's learning objective is in purple and we are learning to apply the angle properties of irregular polygons. So there's a whole heap to that learning objective, and the first thing we're going to start off with is what exactly are polygons? Because that plays an important part of our learning objective. And a polygon is just a really fancy way of saying some kind of shape. So any shape is a polygon. So if you think of a random square, that's going to be a polygon. Maybe more of a rectangle, that's a polygon. A triangle, that's a polygon. This weird shape that I just made up, that's a polygon. But the only thing that isn't a polygon is something that doesn't close up. So you can kind of see there's a bit of a gap there. Those aren't polygons. Next thing we need to be aware of is, well, what's an irregular polygon? And to understand what an irregular polygon is, we also need to know what a regular polygon is. So a regular polygon is when all sides and angles are equal. All sides and angles are equal. So if you think of a square, all the sides are equal, all the angles inside are right angles. So they're all equal. That there would be a regular polygon. You could also think of an equilateral triangle where all of the angles are 60 degrees. You could also think of like a hexagon. So my diagram's bad, but let's say all of those were the same. All of those angles there would be the same. And that there would be a regular polygon. As soon as they're not equal, so we've got sides and angles not equal, that is when your polygon is irregular. And you can think of a nice easy one like a rectangle, that there would be an irregular polygon. Or you can think of this mismashy feature, this one we drew up top. We can think of, I don't know, another one that looks like that looks a bit like an M. So all of those would be irregular polygons. In our video today, we're going to focus on the irregular side of things. So guys, I'm going to clear our white text and I'm going to get into some diagrams and examples. If you haven't already, definitely take the time to pause the video now. Write down what exactly is polygons, what are regular polygons, and then what are irregular polygons. The next thing we're going to look at is this idea that polygons are made up of triangles. Polygons are made up of triangles. And this is how we can create an angle rule, because we know a triangle all the angles sum up to 180. So if there's two triangles, well, all of those angles are going to sum up to 100 or 360 degrees. So let's start off with a rectangle. And if we think of the corners, so we've got all four corners here. I can't really connect to this corner because there's a line there. I can't really connect to this corner, but I can connect to this opposite corner. So this rectangle has two triangles. So 2 times 3, or times 180, because each triangle will be 180. That there gets us to 360 degrees. And let's say maybe we had that hexagon we had before. And we'll maybe focus on this corner here. We can't go to that corner or the corner below because they're already taken. But we can connect a line here, connect a line here, connect a line here. And all of a sudden we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 triangles. So 4 times 180, that gets us to 720 degrees. So we know all of the internal angles are going to add up to 300 or 730 or 720 degrees. Now, what comes from this is actually an equation that we can use for any formula at all. So the first thing I want to notice is this rectangle, it has 4 sides. And if you take away 2, that gives us the number of triangles. And there were 2 triangles in this shape. And this hexagon, we had 6 sides. And if we take away 2, that got us to the 4 triangles. And hopefully you can see there was the 4 triangles and there was the 2 triangles. So what we need to do here is we need to go n minus 2, where n is the number of the sides the shape have, and we're going to put that in a bracket and we're going to times it by 180. So number of sides. So this equation here is the key to this video. It will allow us to find out the internal angles, or the total internal angles of any polygon, this time around focusing on irregular ones. Okay, I've got two examples on the screen now, and we're going to step in, well, how can we figure out what x is? How can we figure out what y is over here? And the first starting point you need to write is, well, how many sides does your shape have? And in this case, for question number 4, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5 sides. Now that I've done that, I need to figure out, well, what is the total internal angles? How much should that add up to? And we're going to start off with our equation, 180 n minus 2. And I know there's 5 sides. So what I need to do is I need to take away the n, and I need to put in the 5. So I'm going to carry on my working below. That's going to be 180, 5 minus 2. And 5 minus 2, because we've got to do bed mass in brackets first, that there is going to be 3, which comes to 540 degrees. So the total angles should all add up to 540 degrees. I'm now going to calculate that is, so I've got 540, that's the total. I'm going to take away all the ones I know. So I'm going to go take away 140, take away 110, take away 100, and take away another 100. Put that into your calculator, and you're getting 90 degrees. And that there is how much x is equal. So x is equal to 90 degrees. And it's really important, do state your angle reasoning as well. And my reasoning, internal angles of a 5-sided shape. Oh, I wrote 5 sides, 5-sided shape. Oh, geez, I'm having a bad day spelling there. Shape sum to 540 degrees. And all that information comes from before. So 5 sides, and I've calculated that to be 540 degrees. That's our first one. Let's have a go at question number 5 as well. So first step, how many sides do I have? And I've got 1, 2, 3, I've got 4 sides. So 4 sides. We're then going to get into that equation, 180 n minus 2. And we're going to go 180, 4 minus 2. And you can see here the n is gone, and that's been replaced by the 4. I've substituted in the 4 sides that I know. That's going to be 180 times 2. And you may need your calculator, but that's 360 degrees. So all 4 angles should add up to 360 degrees. I'm now going to calculate what y is equal to. So I'm going to go 360 minus 70 minus 110 minus 70. Once I've done that, that leaves me with 110 degrees. So I know y is going to be equal to 110 degrees, and my angle reasoning, internal angles of a 4-sided shape sum to 360 degrees. So getting fairly complicated, but hopefully you can see those 3 steps coming up. How many sides do you have? What's the total angles? And then you can go ahead and calculate that angle. Hopefully you found the video useful. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure you get notes on each of the 5 points that we've discussed.